Hey guys, welcome back to my channel again. In this video, we're going to talk about GitHub Actions. So why GitHub Actions are required, what is CI/CD, automations and all those things, okay? So first thing, GitHub Actions are called as automations in GitHub. So we'll be using for whatever you're building your project, or it might be like sending to your files to some other servers or adding it to it. You can utilize whatever the actions we have. It is applicable in GitHubs. Okay, so we have multiple actions in GitHub. So we'll go one by one each and everything. So first we'll go with the basics of creating a small CI/CD. Let's see how it will be created. If you want more details on CI/CD, CI/CD is nothing but continuous integration and continuous deployment, or we can say continuous deployment or delivery. We'll go with one example. Let's say, okay, you have a huge project. For that, first of all, you have to build your project, and then you have to copy it to some servers and all those things, and you have to run it. Doing this, it might take more than 2 hours or 3 hours, max to max. Okay, so we can't keep on dependent on one, right? So if you have multiple projects, let's say like this, all engineers can't keep on building it and copy those files manually and deploy it in a server. For doing this hustle, reducing this hustle and all those things, this CI/CD came into picture. All this whatever we'll be saying, that this comes in the platform called as DevOps. So DevOps engineers usually build these tools, okay, CI/CD YAML files. It will be like a document file where it will automate your things. It will do your jobs easy. First of all, it will build all the project whatever you have. Let's take an example of Maven project, okay? So if Maven project is there, it's indirectly we can say that as a Java project or Scala project or Gradle, or also we can say Spring Boot, so on. So those projects we have to build a jar, right? Java. Then we have to copy that to servers, and then we have to run it. So for doing this, it will be like a huge efforts from the users. So what they will do, they will make a CI/CD and they'll sit and monitor those. That's it. So all the things, whatever building, copying to the server, and running it, and giving some messages, Slack boots, so on. So like Slack messages also will be getting, like if the job is failed or something in between and job is running, the status and all those things. We can enable the Slack hooks as well inside this CI/CDs. I think I'm going in a deeper way. I think you all know what is CI/CD, and then I believe you have came to this whole video to learn about GitHub workflows and actions, right? So let's do one thing. Let's go and create a repository. Why repository? Because GitHub Actions, basically we have to write it down in a script called .workflows and .github/workflows. Inside that, whatever we have YAML file, GitHub automatically takes those actions. Okay, so let's go to your GitHub and then create a new repository. Let's name that as GitHub Actions or something, right? Okay, so this I'll keep it as public. Add a readme file. Just create a repository. Great, I got my repository done. So let's go and copy this, or else go to SSH if you have already enabled SSH. Now let's go to your one of the document folder or something where you have. Let's do one thing. Let's initialize. Okay, let's initialize it here. Git clone insert. Okay. I'm inside this and I'm going to open that into a code. Okay, Visual Studio Code. Let's minimize everything. You can install the extensions from here if you want. The extensions are very much good for coding, and it will speed up your things. Okay, you can go and install all Git extensions if you want to. Great. So okay, let's do one thing. Let's check the Git status. We have nothing. Everything is cleaned. Okay, so now we'll create one folder called let's create a folder called GitHub, and then inside that another folder called workflows, right? Then now whatever you will create inside this workflow, okay, you have to create YAML files inside this. Let's name that YAML file as hello world, right? So now you have successfully convert, like create it to one file, which will be made that as an actions. You will be seeing inside actions, okay, whenever you commit it now. So we'll see whatever the commit actions will be. So you have this whole deployment things, Azure deployment, AWS deployment, like cloud, JKE, Terraform, deploy Alibaba Cloud or something. So you have multiple GitHub actions here. If you want to come and check the continuous integration or deployment, you can just check what suits you, and you can configure directly JavaScripts. Okay, so we'll come to that next. As of now, I don't have any actions inside this GitHub Actions repository, so that's why I'm not able to see any actions now. Once you add this .github and workflows, it will automatically starts committing or deployment. Okay, so let's see one thing. First of all, first header will come as name. This name, whatever you specify, right, that will be name of your deployment. Okay, or else we can say actions. When you come to this action, you'll be seeing one of the actions or workflow is getting done, so that workflow name will be whatever you specified here. Okay, so I'll specify that as work name as hello world CI/cd, just for an example. Next will be another called as on. So this is something the actions which will be doing when you push it. Okay, when you push that into a branches, let's say main. Okay, your branch name should be here. Okay, let's say main, right? If you have another branch, you can specify that as in another branch. So it will be, this should be in an array format. So if you have this documentation like YAML or other kind of documents, like I have done in YAML. XML I haven't worked on, but YAML file, whenever you are specifying that as a list or an array, you will be specifying that is an array format, by adding one hyphen in front of that. So that will be taken that as array. Okay, so I have added one. If you want to format that by using Alt Shift F, so this will be formatted. So for this you can use Prettier. Again, it's an extension, you can install it from here. Okay, great. So now next will be, let's say if you want to create a job. What job? You have to build it, and then you have to echo hello world. Okay, that's my aim, and that's my goal to do this whole first video on these actions. I'm going to do that now, so which is something called jobs. And don't worry, in future we'll be doing huge things like building the whole packaging and deploying it into server or something. Okay, so job will be built, runs on. So this is very important. Okay, if you want Linux, you can do the Linux one, like if you want CentOS, you can do CentOS. I usually prefer Ubuntu. Okay, once you have built runs on Ubuntu latest, what we have to do, we have to specify the steps to perform. Okay, these are the main things here, which whatever you specified here, right, whatever steps are something called as we have multiple steps, like multiple jobs to do for the GitHub actions. So we'll be specifying that as separate array or list kind of structure, which is something one name, right, and one users. Okay, will come, we have different things as well here, but I'm going to keep it as short as possible, so that it will be easy for you guys. So one is the name, and another one is users. Okay, and another one is, like, we have another run also inside this itself, but I'm not going to use run on the top. I'm going to use it here. So name again, and then another one will be what we have to specify it here, like run, let's say run. Okay, so now first step, what I have to do is, whenever you commit the new changes inside your Git, I have to check it out, like check out to the new branch, check out to the new changes. So for that, checkout, I'm going to make, you can name whatever you want here, but I'm going to keep it specific, repo. Okay, or repository, whatever, checkout repo. Then actions will be, these are the actions which will be taken from GitHub Actions. We have it, this should be specified correctly. Okay, actions / checkout @v2, correct. So this is something basic, like until here we have specified. For everything, if you want to be continuous integrated, like whenever you commit, or whenever you push the new changes inside your GitHub branch, that should be taken as the latest and run it out. So you have to specify these steps. This is the main step, okay, and this main branches, like whatever the branch you have to run. So now these two things you have to keep in mind. This will be constant for all, but this branch name will be changed, but everything will be same. So now let's go and create another step. The step will be like print message, okay, whatever messages you want. Let's say hello world. For everybody they usually use this itself. Okay, so you can do another one here, which is something can do like if you have multiple commands here, right? It's like Linux command or something. You can do this pipe symbol, or single line kind of a symbol. It will be above to your enter key, and then you can do whatever actions you want here. Okay, so whatever new commands you have. As of now I have only one, so I would have do it like this as well, but let's keep it as for the huge things next. So let's say like echo hello. This is okay, so this is done now. So let's do one thing. Go to GitHub, and if you see here we have one of the changes which I haven't committed. So let's commit this changes. You can use this add option here for adding it into stash, but I'm going to use git add or else git status first. So it will show this one of the GitHub actions I haven't added. So let's do add this. Okay, git add insert. So this will be gone into a stage changes. Okay, so if you see it's already added. When you do again git status, it will say like staged, but I haven't committed. You can do unstaged also, like restore again, or else you can just go here and press this tiny minus symbol which is unstaged. So if you want, it will come back to the whatever the changes are. So let's do commit again, hyphen message, add a message saying first CI and CD, right? Let's do one thing like this, and then whenever okay, let's come here. Okay, so let us check here now. Every developer used to know this. Whenever you're working with the git branches, which is shared with the different developers, and you have this whole repository cloned inside your local. So commit something before you push, right? You have to do git pull. Make sure this, okay? Why? Because you don't know when another developer has pushed some changes, or your branch it won't be in a proper line. So what you have to do, you have to what we say for that, upstream, or else you can just do a rebase your branch, whatever you have current local branch. Either do that, otherwise just do a git commit and then get git pull and then git push. Okay, so that everything is on the same line. Now when you give git push, so your changes will be gone to your GitHub, and the actions will be starts continuously, like instantly, if you want to say. So you can see a tiny check here, which is something called one is queued. Let's go here, otherwise you can just go to actions as well. Let's go to actions. See, the first, what I said, like these are the steps, right? Okay, so this is the commit, right? So this commit ID will be the name, and your actions will be here. Hello world CI/CD. What I told you, the same thing. If you go to your file, let's say here, I told you this name will be your actions, and whatever you specify steps here, right? Those will be your jobs. So now let's do one thing. Let's go inside this and check how our job, whatever we specified the steps, and whatever we specified the steps, how it was running, so on. So first thing what we did is we have to build it, right? So what we did, we build. Okay, so build is here. Okay, and then let's build is here now, specifying all the steps. Okay, so set up a job is kind of whatever you are running here. We have to take a main branch. It took a main branch, and it started workflow in the build. Okay, So this is something called as a GitHub. It's taking everything into an image. This is called as checkout runner image. Runner image in the sense Ubuntu. Okay, whatever you specified Ubuntu latest. Okay, so now if you see GitHub permissions, this everything it will be done in a background, so you don't have to worry on that. Okay, so next it will be downloading the actions what I specified you, like actions slash checkout at the v2, right? These are the actions which will be taken from the GitHub. So that is also done. Now let's do one thing. Let's check the check report. Okay, now let's see the steps, which is steps are something called as run actions checkout v2. Okay, it's syncing to my actions now. Again, this repository, getting the info from this, and what it's doing, it's setting up auth or so on, so everything is done. So second name is something called print message. Let's see whether we have this print message. What it does, it's running this hello echo. Okay, it's echoed. Okay, the job has been done. What is that? So the job run, and it gave the output called as hello world. This is a sample CI CD. So this is done. Then it's something called post checkout repo, and then complete the job. Cleaning up orphan. Okay, something is this. Everything is done. Let's go back to our thing and see done, right? So this is how the workflows are done. Okay guys, that's it for this video. I hope all you guys got to know how we can run sample CI CD, or we can say actions, GitHub Actions and workflows, right? So in the next video we will be seeing how we can connect to AWS CLIs, using CLIs, and building your project if you want to. If you have any other doubts, and if you want any other topic to be created, so let me know in the comments down, and please subscribe to my channel, like and share. Okay, thank you so much. Bye bye.